Thank you all so much for coming. And a very warm welcome to those of you joining us online. Hopefully everybody also got the link to the virtual service that we put together this year. It's really beautiful, and it has all of the pieces that we usually have in a Christmas Eve worship service. Music, readings, homilies, meditation. It's really lovely. This candlelight carol sing is really just the basics. A very, very few words, some carols, and a candle lighting ceremony while we sing Silent Night. But I just couldn't imagine not seeing anyone in person on Christmas Eve night. I need 3 dimensions. I also know that this isn't ideal. For those of us who are here, it's kind of cold. And we can't really see each other behind the masks. And for those of you who are online, you may have trouble hearing. There may be delays and glitches. And those aren't really the point either. The point is that we are together, as we've been together in all those unusual and creative ways for these last 9 months. And that, my dear ones, is cause for rejoicing. We're supposed to begin by lighting a chalice, and I didn't actually bring a chalice. Okay, glitch number 1. But I'll share the chalice lighting words. These are by my colleague, the Reverend Kendall Gibbons. Christmas is a sturdy holiday. It doesn't wimp out when times are hard. It comes anyway, even if there are hardly any presents, even when there's not much of a feast, even if you're sad, even if you are living in fear and danger and oppression, Christmas still comes. And when it comes, Christmas subverts expectations. With its story of an unwed mother and a doubtful father, with its legend of a helpless baby born in a stable who is worshipped by some of the wisest, richest men in the world, with its tale of the child pursued by the deadly wrath of kings, who escaped as a refugee to a foreign land far from home, Christmas can change the world. So let's start together by singing Joy to the World. It's number 6 in your carol booklet. The first Noel, it's number 2 in the carol booklet. And Daniel, would you come up here and hold the camera for me? I don't have enough hands. Thank you.
Oh,
Next, we're going to sing the one popular Christmas carol that was actually written by a Unitarian. It came upon a midnight clear. It was the poem, the lyrics were written by Edmund Sears, who was the pastor of the Unitarian Church in Wayland, Massachusetts. He wrote it in 1849. This is from the UU World article about Sears and this beautiful carol. Sears' song is remarkable for its focus not on Bethlehem, but on his own time and on the ever-contemporary issue of war and peace. Written in 1848, it's long been assumed to be Sears' response to the just-ended Mexican-American War. Sears' pacifism would take second place to his commitment to abolishing slavery in the Civil War. His carol remains repeated all over the world every year, probably more than any other Christmas carol it talks about today. His day, or our day. It says that the call to peace and goodwill to all is as loud on any other day as it was on that midnight of old, if we could but listen in solemn stillness. This point of view can be disconcerting to some Christians who note that the angel song doesn't have anything in particular to do with Jesus, who is never actually mentioned in the carol. Indeed, some Christians have been trying to have our popular carol removed from their denominational hymn books. Others have simply rewritten the words. I know that sounds like something UUs would do. In fact, we have, tinkering with some sexist language, but in some denominations' hymn books, the last verse has been rewritten to give Jesus a larger role. Ironically, C.S. was considered theologically conservative by other Unitarians in his day. So it came upon a midnight clear. Number 5. While we're doing angel songs, let's do Angels We Have Heard on High. That's number 3 in the carol booklet.
Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing through the night, and the mountains in reply, echoing their brave delight. Gloria, in excelsis Deo, what great brightness did you see?
now comes the tricky part. We're going to try and light our candles. So you'll notice we've got some lanterns around the table. The candles are here. You want to try and maintain that 6-foot distance. So that means if your candle goes out, you have to light it from someone in your household or go back to the little lanterns on the tables. We can relight. There's one of these lanterns that's gone out. There's some lighters down there. Maybe we can relight it. This is why we do this. A candle is a small thing, but no amount of darkness can put it out. A candle is a small thing, but one candle can light another. As it gives its flame to another, its light increases. Our own light becomes larger when we pass it on. We become stronger when we share, when we give. Light is the power to dispel the darkness, and you are such a light. Each of us has the power to move back the darkness within ourselves and in the world. So candle flames are pretty fragile when it's windy. But Christmas is a sturdy holiday. And more importantly, we humans, we have sturdy hearts. We have sturdy spirits. We've gotten this far together. We'll make it the rest of the way through. My prayer for all of us is that our hearts open, our spirits settle, that we find courage and grace. We offer ourselves and others kindness. And we remember that every second of every day we are held in love. Go in peace and Merry Christmas.
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.